Imagine a mother who kills her own child, not out of hatred, but because she's convinced it's the most merciful thing to do. Then there's a female who hides underground for 2 straight months, terrified that anyone might discover where she and her babies are. And a third animal, where the very first word its babies learn from their mother isn't fight, it's run and don't stop. Today I'm bringing you 5 animals, each with a birth story stranger than the last. And honestly, what you'll see in the middle of this video will completely change how you see an animal you look at every day, thinking it's just cute and smart. I'm Mike Anderson, and if this is your first time watching, subscribe and hit the bell so you catch all these oddities as soon as they drop. Let's get started. First, the rabbit. We think of it as a symbol of innocence and love, but its real story is nothing like the picture in our heads. Rabbits are among the most prolific breeders alive, mainly because they don't even have a fixed breeding season. A female can get pregnant and give birth up to 6 times a year, each time producing 3 to 12 babies, and in rare cases, as many as 20 in a single litter. The problem is, these babies are born in their weakest possible state, and even a minor health issue can kill them. That's why their eyes don't open until exactly 1 week after birth, and the mother only nurses them once every 24 hours. No more, no less. After 23 days, the baby can walk and survive on its own, and shortly after that, it will itself mate and reproduce. So that little thing you're watching play like a child right now could become a parent within just a few weeks. Comment below, if you had to choose between a rabbit and a cat as a pet, which would you pick? But let's leave the rabbit behind. What's coming next is far more intense. Second, the tiger. Picture the strongest, fiercest predator you know. Fast, can climb, can swim, and almost nothing can touch it. But at the moment of birth, that same creature is at the most vulnerable point in its entire life. The female searches for a completely remote, isolated spot, because even a tiger, in that moment, becomes easy prey. Pregnancy lasts about 16 weeks, and the litter usually has 3 or 4 cubs, though in rare cases, up to 7. A newborn cub weighs just 1 kilogram, compared to an adult tiger that can weigh up to 300 kilograms, a 300 times difference. That's why the mother stays hidden in her den for a full 2 months to protect her cubs. But here's the number that will shock you. Half of all tiger cubs actually get killed within the first few months of life, whether by other predators, snakes, or even other tigers. So out of every 2 cubs born, only 1 typically survives. The ones that make it need about a year and a half before they can live fully independently. Third, the dolphin. The part I promised you in the first place. This is the part that made me want to make this video in the first place. Dolphins are always described as the ocean's smartest and friendliest companion to humans. But what's not talked about much is what happens before and after birth. Pregnancy length is oddly variable, ranging from 9 to 17 months, a huge range not seen in most other animals. After giving birth, the mother waits 2 to 3 years before getting pregnant again. Here's the shocking part. Some male dolphins, like bottlenose dolphins, will kill a newborn calf the moment it's born. This is known as infanticide, and the reason is that the male wants the female to become fertile again quickly, rather than spending years raising a calf. So the same animal we constantly praise for its intelligence and friendliness has a completely different side that has nothing to do with the image we have of it. Still, the very first thing the mother does after birth is push her newborn up to the surface so it can breathe, because without oxygen, it can't survive even half an hour. Remember the animal I mentioned earlier? The one that runs instead of fighting? That's coming up next. Fourth, the dog. Whether you love them or you're scared of them, it's impossible not to be moved watching a newborn puppy. A female's pregnancy lasts about 2 months, and she gives birth to 4 or more puppies at once. Interestingly, each puppy is born separately, with roughly a 15-minute gap between each one, so labor can stretch on for hours. But here's a painful part you need to know. If the mother senses that one of her puppies is weak or has a deformity, she won't let it continue living. She'll eat it, believing this is more merciful than letting it suffer. So if you're raising a pregnant dog, pay close attention to this so you can step in at the right moment if needed. Fifth, the deer. An ending you'll keep thinking about. The deer is a primary food source for most predators. It has no fangs, no claws, just one thing it relies on: its speed, which can reach 60 miles per hour. Pregnancy lasts 6 months, and she gives birth to 1 or at most 2 fawns. As soon as it's born, the mother hides her fawn in tall grass, away from predators' eyes, because it isn't yet able to run with her if there's a sudden attack. The first lesson she teaches it isn't defend yourself. The lesson is hide, stay still, and run as fast as you can. But here's the harsh twist. If an actual attack happens, the mother will run too and leave her fawn to its fate without looking back. Not because she's cruel, it's pure survival instinct. A newborn fawn weighs only 3 kilograms, its body covered in brown and white fur for camouflage. And after just 1 month, it can fully fend for itself like any adult deer. 5 animals, 5 completely different reactions in the most vulnerable moment of their lives. From a mother who kills her own baby to protect it, to one who abandons hers to survive. Tell me honestly, which of these 5 caught your attention the most? Just drop the number in the comments, and I'll personally reply to the first 20 comments. If you enjoyed this video, hit like and send it to anyone you know who loves weird animal facts like you do. It really helps me out. And if this is your first time watching, subscribe and hit the bell, because next episode covers animals with birth stories even stranger than what you just saw. I'm Mike Anderson, and I'll see you in the next episode.